Hey knitters, welcome to the Knitty McPurly podcast. I am your host, Devin Ventry. You can find me at KnittyMcPurly.com. On Instagram, I am Knitty McPurly. And if you want to email me, I am Devin at KnittyMcPurly.com. Welcome to the podcast. This episode is going to be different from my usual format. I feel like I'm a little out of breath, and that's kind of indicative of the week that I have had. So I'm using my Wicked Smart mug from Massachusetts today. Drinking my coffee. This is like my third cup of coffee, and I'm feeling like we have not even scratched the surface. I'm very glad to be here. I missed you guys last week when I was in Dallas. We had such a great time. I'm going to be talking to you about that trip and how much fun it was and showing you the location of the retreat next year. It's going to be great. But all of the usual segments that I do are going to wait until next week. I did get a bunch of knitting stories. Thank you so much. I have not really had a chance to look at them, but when I do, I cannot wait to share them with you. I can't wait to share them with me and to share them with you. It's going to be great. So we went to Grapevine. We went to Dallas last weekend to check out the venue for the 2025 Knitty McPurly retreat, and it is amazing. I'm going to be showing you all the pictures in a few minutes, but I just want to tell you how amazing this hotel is. Like, you look at it from the outside and you're like, like it's nothing to write home about. It's extremely brown. It's not brown, it's just big boned. It's not pretty from the outside. But on the inside, it's so homey and warm and friendly, and it's just perfect. It's big, but it has a small feel. And when I got there, I was given a tour by one of their people, and he was saying to me that the turnover rate of employees at the hotel is like once every 20 years. Like, people stay at this job. She's like, most of the people we have here have been here 5, 10, 20, even 25 years. So people have been there a really long time, and that you can just feel it. It's got a good vibe to it. Also, all of the guest rooms have been redone within the past year. I think last summer they redid every single guest room, the room where you sleep. So it was wonderful. It was beautiful. Can't wait to share it all with you. Can we just talk about the fact that I walk around all day and I don't notice my gray roots coming in? And then as soon as there's a camera on me, I'm like, oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm at the point where I might have to embrace the gray because it just grows in so aggressively after cancer. I was not this gray before, but I am now. So anyway, fun fact. I did not prep this podcast. Normally, I spend about an hour going through and prepping all the things I'm going to talk about and all the segments. And this week was absolutely insane. I'm always like, I can fit a podcast in, even though I'm traveling, it'll be fine. Why do I think I can do that? I come home to, all of my kids and all of their needs. And by the time, I've tried to meet all of those, it's yarn dyeing time, and I spent the week dyeing a ton of yarn. I have a great new stuff in the shop too. It's a lot of stuff. It's all really good. Let me start by talking about the projects that I took with me on my trip and how far I got on them. So I guess this is the progress and shop news segment of the podcast. So I took my the tank top, the Kadri tank top. I took this with me, and I just kind of basted. So I did the straps, and then I just basted them on to see if the length was right. Do you see anything wrong? Maybe not, but I did the straps wrong. This is either the front or the back. This is under the arm. So the straps are like this, but they're supposed to go like this. So it's no big deal. I just need to undo one of them and undo the basting stitches here and take this one over there and then put that one over there. Now, if you followed on Instagram, you saw that this is wrinkled from being in the bag. I got to the bottom and I ran out of yarn for my bind off, but luckily I had a few long tails. So what I decided to do here, and this is not big enough. I tried this on and there is not enough of it. So I'm going to end up getting another skein and knitting a little bit further on this anyway, so it's gonna have to get pulled out anyway. This project was one of those naughty projects where it disobeyed me and did what I didn't want it to do at every turn. I mean, I was totally innocent in this. It's not because I didn't bring enough yarn. It's not because I didn't carefully attach the straps. Not my fault. Anyway, I was able to finish the bind off, and I just didn't do any kind of edging because my plan is to sew it, turn it under and sew it. So clearly it's not long enough. I mean, it needs to be longer. So this is going in timeout because it is very, very bad. I'm a little slap happy too. You'll just have to forgive me today, but we're gonna have a good time as we always do. So I've got this in my super cute bag from Woolen Works Design. So here's a funny story. When I went to Florida, I had my rolling carry-on, and my purse is like this kind of bag where it's attached to you, like it's right in the front. So it's small and it's like you can wear it. When I get in the car, I don't put it on the seat. I just leave it on. It's almost like a wearable accessory, but it's my purse. And then I had my knitting bag, which zipped, and I kind of had that under my arm. So 3 bags, right? So, I mean, it's so obviously not a big deal because one is a wearable and one is almost like a pillow. Like it should not be a big deal. So I'm getting on the plane coming home from Florida and I have 3 bags, right? And so, and there was a bag Nazi at the gate and she was like checking. She's like, I don't care how big your bags are. If you have 3 bags, that's not gonna work. So I just kind of like blipped my thing and she started going. She's like, is that a pillow under your arm? And I was like, it's my knitting. I just kept walking. I guess she was like, I'm not gonna stop this woman from carrying these 2 totally reasonably sized objects onto the plane because that would be crazy. So this time, here's what I did. I got a backpack, and in the bottom of the backpack, I put this bag, it's a cosmetic bag. I showed this on Instagram too. I got this at Aldi. If you have an Aldi near you, check it out. You know, that's that one aisle where they have all the stuff. But this, it's not, things aren't in there in an organized way at the moment, but it snaps up like this and it zips up like that. I put that in the bottom of the backpack. And then on top of it, I put this and I kind of smushed it down. And then on top of that, I put my purse, zipped it up, 1 bag. 1 bag with a purse and 2 knitting projects in their own bags in it. So that's the way around their 2 bag issue. You just take a bag and put all your other bags in it. It totally worked. Anyway, that's what I worked on. This naughty top is what I worked on the way down to Dallas. And then I was able to, I think I might have been in the hotel room when I was doing the bind off. And I just ended up, I think, taking a tail from somewhere and finishing the bind off. Many of you had good suggestions about ways to bind off without yarn. Like that's the thing. I don't even know how that would work because I didn't look it up, but I did get good suggestions on what to do there. But luckily it's in timeout now, so I don't need to worry about it. The number of projects that I have in timeout is growing. I'm gonna need to reassess that. So also, I showed you this bag, and it's just the cutest thing. And probably you can find these in places. I bet Amazon has one, and it opens up like that, and it's nice because I can kind of carry it around. It's got my yarn. So because these are full skeins, I just took, do I have any? Yeah, I just made like a little ball for the cut. Like I haven't used this one yet for the stripe because I don't need to take the whole full yarn cake with me on a trip, but I do have the one in Jovis because I'm using that more often. And I've got my project and I've got my pattern and I have my Jennifer Yun leather pouch with some gold scissors in it. This was from the swag bag from the last retreat. And what else? I've got my Sanctum balm and a little tape measure. So it really, and I got some tapestry needles in there. It holds everything. It's good for a small project. So if you can find a bag like this, it makes a great little knitting bag. And let me show you what it looks like zipped up, because it's so cute and like 1960s. It's very Jackie O. Speaking of which, when we were in Dallas, we got to go down and see the book depository and the grassy knoll. So I have pictures of those too. Isn't it just so cute? It's adorable, right? So cute. So now let me re-unzip that so I can show you how far I got in it, which is not very far. And of course, I'm in the middle of a row. But this is how far I am. Now, when I hold this out, the initial viewing of it is that it is still too wide and too short. So when I block it, I'm gonna be stretching it this way. Lace, it's gonna stretch, but when it's a top, you get to decide, do you want it to go this way or do you want it to go this way? So again, it's still wider than I want, but it can come in as I stretch it out. And then there's a ribbing at the bottom. And then I'm just gonna do another piece exactly like this, stick them together, seams, seams. Now, what I might do, here's a picture of the top, just to jog your memory. And all she did is these seams, like there's no picking up of stitches anywhere. I might not do this, it's gonna depend on how it looks, but I might just do a little cuff around the sleeve opening, maybe, we'll see. I have plenty of yarn. Hopefully all of you who ordered your kits have gotten them. They have all gone out. So some of you made some substitutions in there. It'll be really fun to see all these tops when they are done. And just talking about it makes me want to work on it more. It's been a really busy week, and sometimes by the end of the day, I'm just like, I just sit there like a bump on a log. Oh, how about this cute top? We were in Grapevine and we drove past just so many adorable shops in Grapevine, and I saw this one and I knew that I needed it. So I was like, pull over. So we pulled over and I went in and I bought it, and I just love it. I've been wearing it nonstop since then. So I can't wait to show you the downtown area. It is so cute. I'm so glad we had it there. And thank you to Lisa. Lisa is a wonderful knitter, and I met her at the last retreat, and it was her suggestion to have it in Grapevine, and she's the one who got me in touch with all the local yarn stores. She's even the one who picked the hotel. I was like, Lisa, can you, like, these are the ones I'm looking at, can you just like pop in and check it out? And when we were looking at them, looking at them online, I thought this one in particular, I can say this now because I've been there, and now I'm 100% behind it. Like, it's just so perfect and homey and warm. Online, I thought it looked a little kitschy, but it's not kitschy at all. And I was so glad. But I trusted Lisa. Like, she said, no, this one's homey. This has the best vibe, the best feel. It has a huge lobby with tons of little knitting areas, little circles where people can group up and knit. Some are small, where there's like 2 chairs, 4 chairs, 10 chairs, 15 chairs. Not chairs, it's not like an AA circle, you know what I mean? It's like couches, and it's just beautiful and comfortable, and it's gonna be great. I feel like we're really getting our money's worth. Because at first, I didn't know, I hadn't been there, and it was more expensive than our last venue, and it's good. It's real good. So, I did not get to taste the food at the hotel, but the guy who worked there, he said, we all eat here every day and it's amazing. He's like, you know how hotel food is not that great? The food here is amazing. And he said that about the gym too. And I went to the gym twice while I was there, the hotel gym, and it is amazing. Like, really, really good. So I'll have pictures at the end. It's a stream of consciousness today. Follow along with me. Okay. First, since we're on progress and shop news, I want to show you what is new in the shop, because it is a new month. It is May. There are still a few skeins left from April, but not a lot. I think DK is sold out. Fingering weight might be sold out. I feel like there's a couple of sock sets left from April if you're interested in those, because we have to make way for May. So this is, I want to show you the speckles. This has green speckles in there, meadow speckles. So this, I think I did some variation of this last May too, where it was just very pink and purple. I feel like May is a pink and purple month, but this one is a little bit different because of the green speckles. So here we have DK, and here the speckles got tied up in the bottom of the skein. But here we have it in DK, May's color of the month. And here it is in fingering weight with the mini skein. So if you would like a sock set, this is what it's gonna look like for the month of May. Go and check that out if you're interested. Okay, I also have Mother's Day kits up. Whoop, whoop. I have two different ones. So I have been planning these kits for a really long time. And I originally didn't think that I was gonna be able to get them in the shop for Mother's Day. I was thinking they were gonna be more of a June kit, but all of my small businesses that I collaborated with on this got these to me super early, and they did such a good job. So by purchasing the Mother's Day kit from Knitty McPurly, you're supporting 3 small businesses. Jen from Jennifer Young Leather and Wool Design, who designed the beautiful scissor holders, and Susan from Delightful Works. So here's how this started. I sent Jen an email and I said, I want to do a kit for spring/summer. What leather colors do you have? And she said, what about this orange and this green? And I was like, sold. Like, they're so amazing. They're so fabulous. I love them. And she designed this shape of scissor holder specifically to coordinate with the Devin scissors. So now in the picture, I think I have, I don't want to scratch this. I think I have the gold in one and the black in the other, but you can pick your scissor color for whichever kit you pick. So I started with the leather color. And then from there, Susan and I chose the fabric for these amazing little flat sacks. Aren't they adorable? They're just so happy. They're so happy. And you can take your scissors and stick them right in there. And, oh, I saw it's still in cellophane. The kit also comes with a peony hand balm, which can go in your flat sack. And this kind of sack is nice because it opens really wide and you can see what's in there. But I love that it's so flat that it just easily slides into a bag. It doesn't take up much space. So Susan custom made these for us, and they are just so cute. And that coordinates with some yarn. $100 grams of Frankfurt fingering, which is just so beautiful and variegated and awesome. And it comes with a 20-gram mini. So this kit has a lot in it. Flat sack, hand balm. I know I just put them in there and now I'm taking them out to show you once again. A beautiful leather scissor holder and scissors. So that is the one kit, and they're in the shop by color. So if you click on Mother's Day kits, you can choose your color. And then specify in the comments if you want gold or black scissors, and I will accommodate you as best I can. So with the color of the scissors, there'll be scissors in there, but I'll accommodate your color choice as best I can. So that is the first kit. The second one started with this green leather, and they all have her little stamp on the back, JY for Jennifer Yun. Jennifer is, she's a wonderful person and a wonderful knitter, and she lives in Canada, and she does this leather work. And you know how some people just do everything beautifully? She does everything beautifully. So does Susan. Susan, who did the pouches for me. Like, I collaborate with these people on purpose for a reason, because they just do everything beautifully. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just such pretty fabric, and it's such amazing craftsmanship. This one also comes with a hand balm, and the yarn that coordinates with this one looks like this. It's variegated and speckly and fabulous, and it's a Frankfurt fingering, 100 grams. And it's just so beautiful. So if you are a mom and you need to order this from your husband, do I do that? Maybe I do that. Or if you are a son or daughter or husband and you know a knitter who needs one of these beautiful kits, you can find them on my website. I have a lot, so you don't need to hurry. They're in the website right now. You can go over and check them out. Yeah, I hope you love them as much as I do. I've been planning them and working with these two wonderful ladies for a while, and I'm just so happy with how they came out. They came out so beautifully. I hope you love them as much as I do. If you order them, they will ship right away. And if you order them probably within the next week or so, today is May 5th. So if you order them within the next week, they should be there by Mother's Day, maybe even a little bit past there. I think things tend to ship pretty quickly. They're all ready to ship. So that is happening. Now, Jen, in her wonderful generosity, sent me one of these interchangeable needle cases. And at first I did not get what it was. So she had wanted me to pick, like, which color do you want? And I was like, oh, orange for me. So she made this one. And if you love it, you can get one from her on her website. But anyway, let me explain to you what this is, because at first I did not get it. See the beautiful stitching? Like, she just does everything beautifully. So this is what this is for. Do you know how most of the time when you're knitting something, you need more than one needle size for it? So I've got my interchangeable needles here, and I'm gonna grab, this is my first time doing this. So if I do it dorkily, you'll understand why that is. So I'm gonna take my needle case, and I'm gonna take my cord, because I need to carry around both sizes of needles, right? And I'm gonna stick that in there, in the back. So I have my cord. Now let's say I need US 2 and US 3 needles. So I'm gonna very carefully put those in there. I don't wanna stretch it, but it has to get stretched, doesn't it? Yeah. Using things is hard because it does mean that you're gonna stretch them out a little bit, but that's okay, because that's what they're for. You know, I could put this needle case on like a shelf and look at it, and it's beautiful enough that I could do that, but then I couldn't carry around my needles. So now in my project bag, I've got the cord and both sizes that I need. What's this little thing for? You know what it's for. Let me see, I think I have one in here. So you take your little key used for attaching your needles. It's a little tight because it's new. Let me just stick that in there. There. And now I have all that stuff. Gotta push them down a little bit more. Right? That is so cool. I just love it. And she just sent that to me out of the goodness of her heart. Thank you so much, Jen. I love it. If you need one, you can find one on her website. So, so cute. All right, so let me talk about, before I do the slideshow, let me talk about what I did and what I got on my trip. I went to 3 yarn stores. I went to On the Lamb, which is right in Grapevine. And this is a shop I hope we will all get to go to. It's a very cute little shop. And I bought this mini pom book, which just has, it's like the Pom Pom magazine's knits for babies and children. And I'll just kind of flip through it a little bit. It's really got a lot of cute stuff in it. The photography is fabulous. I love how the kids look like real kids and not like models. You know, they're not modeling, they just look like real people doing what kids do. Like here, this little guy's playing. Those socks are really cute. So I got this from On the Lamb. There's a little baby blanket there. That's cute. See, there's a sweater that I love, this one. So I think I'm gonna knit this sweater for Maggie's baby, who is a boy. So I'm gonna do it in like Black Forest Cake and Roxette and, you know, dude colors. Look at that little girl, their big cheeks. So anyway, it just has a lot of cute patterns in it, and I thought it would be really fun. These mittens are fabulous. Little stuffed animal. So I got this at On the Lamb in Grapevine. And I also got this cool thing. You might recognize this. So this is made by Lone Star Farm. And this is so you stick your cake of yarn on there and then you put it on your arm and you can knit, and this is free to spin. And because it's got that little spinny thing right there, it doesn't get tangled. Isn't that cool? She had a whole bunch of them, but I liked this one the most. So I haven't started using it yet, but I think I will. I could see myself, like, while I'm homeschooling, just kind of have that going, because normally it's just rolling all over the counter. Oh, this top I got at Willow Cottage in Grapevine. There were a lot of cute shops, tons of them. So many restaurants, so many wineries. Like, I feel like we could spend 2 weeks in Grapevine and just scratch the surface. For those of you who are coming and bringing your families, there's Great Wolf Lodge, Legoland. There's tons of stuff that's just right there. Grapevine Mills Mall, which I did not go to, but is apparently great. People come from all around to go there. There's a ton to do in that area. It's gonna be really fun. I also went to Fiber Lady, which was really fun. They do mostly bamboo yarn, and they actually spin it in the back room. So the Fiber Lady is, I think her name is Michelle. I want to say it's Michelle. And her husband, David, is the Fiber Man. And he's the one who does the spinning in the back room. So Lisa introduced me to them, and they were wonderful, so knowledgeable and so nice. And the reason I'm laughing is because David gave me a tour of all of his spinning machines in the background. So I thought I was starting the video, and this is the picture that I took. And then, you know, we walked through, and in my mind, I'm thinking, this is the coolest thing I've seen the whole trip. And I took a video of it, and then I stopped the video and took this picture. So essentially, I thought I was videoing, and I just took 2 pictures. So I do apologize about that. David's backroom setup with all of his fiber spinning machines was so cool. They were really old machines, like mid 60s, when, you know, things were built to last. Like, you know, they're still running 70 years later. So, yeah, it was really cool. I really enjoyed meeting them. Also, his wife, Michelle, I think it was Michelle, she had so much knowledge about dyeing mixed fibers. Like, there are ways that you can, with fiber reactive dye, for those of you who know what that is, you can dye both plant and animal fibers simultaneously. And she was talking about the chemistry behind it. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of knowledge. So I really enjoyed going to her shop. The coolest store that I went to was Knit Dallas. Knit Dallas was epic. It was like, imagine the yarn store that has absolutely everything in it that you want. That's Knit Dallas. It's like closer to actual downtown Dallas, which is a lot of traffic. It was very busy. I am a more rural oriented person. I like to stay outside of cities, but we did go into Dallas because we wanted to see where JFK was shot. There's an actual X on the ground where you can see, and there were two shots, so there are two X's. And there's a little memorial and a museum and everything there. And we also ate at Terry Black's, which is in Dallas, which is amazing barbecue. And it was super good. It was so crowded, crazy, but good. And at that store, I got this book, Pika Pow by Jan Schenkel, 20 colorful amigurumi characters. And they're just really interesting. This one is Charlotte's favorite. This is Audrey the Gazelle, I think, and she would like that one. But they're all really different and just interesting. Let's see. So here's like the beginning where there's all the techniques and things like that. Oh, see some animals there. Look. They're just really adorable. Non-traditional, I guess. Like, oh, so cute. A frog. I want to show you the donkey. There's the fox. Both Gigi and I, there's the gazelle, picked the donkey out as our favorite. I do like the rhino too. Rhino's cool. Bird. Puffin. There's a bat. I hate bats. There's an alpaca. Ramon is the name of the donkey. Did I miss him? Let me find him and show him to you because he jumped out at both Gigi and I as our favorite. Here's a unicorn. It's a little bit of a conventional unicorn though. It's not different. This pig with his water wings. Adorable. Where's the donkey? Isn't he fabulous in his poncho? My gosh. This book is so cute, and this is crochet. So I bought this with my girls in mind because they love to crochet so much, but I would totally crochet one of these guys. Love it. Okay, the last thing that I want to show is this book, The Sock Project by Summer Lee. You can see that I have been marking things. I've got to tell you how much I love this book. I kind of want to be best friends with Summer Lee. She writes in a way that is so lovable and friendly and a little bit self-deprecating, which I love. Just very normal and sweet person. That's how she comes across. Her writing is great. She approaches the projects from a very humble standpoint, despite the fact that her finished socks look like this. They're just absolutely gorgeous. She does such a good job. And it gave me the idea of doing my yearly sock club next year based on this book. So this would be the first year for it. And I put out a questionnaire. If you have any interest in a monthly sock club and you have not filled out the survey already, go over to my website and there's a tab that says, I think it says Sock Club Survey, and you just kind of have to scroll through the the blue part and answer. I think it's like 5 questions long, but it's very helpful to me to know what you guys are interested in. I got some emails and those were very informative and helpful. It was like people took the survey and then said, I have more to say. So they emailed me and those were really, really helpful. Some people said, I don't want to knit socks or I don't want to knit with sock yarn. And so I've been thinking about this and it's been kind of just ruminating in my mind. I'm going to still have the color of the month, and that is available in DK. So if you're not interested in knitting socks or using sock yarn, I would just point you to something else on the website, like either the color of the month, or you can get all of my colors across all of the bases. Oh my gosh, I got caught in the rain twice today, and that's why, whatever, it's just hair. No one cares. But the thought of working through this book and making 12 pairs of socks next year just lights me on fire. I am super pumped about that. And when I put out the survey, a lot of you were also really pumped about that. So I'm pretty sure that's what we're gonna do. And none of this is in stone. I'm an extrovert, and so I think this is how I think. But as of now, the way that the ball in my head is rolling is toward having a choice of either doing all 12 months where you would pay monthly, like you would automatically be charged monthly, or just getting 3 months at a time, but there's gonna be a limited number of total people who can participate. So what I would do is I would open it up to the 12-month people first, and then however many other slots are left would open up to people who just wanted to do 3 months at a time. And we're gonna pick 12 projects and the yarn will come as it is laid out here for that specific project. So I'm excited about that. Like, that just lights my heart right on fire for knitting and for knitting socks and for doing something totally new and creative. And in the end, having an amazing sock drawer full of socks. One of the things she says in here is, you know, one way to keep your socks nice is don't wear them too much. And one way to not wear them too much is to have a lot of socks. It makes sense. I can't argue with it. So that's, I think, what we're gonna do. But, you know, look for more details to come out about that closer to the time. Now, I got a super helpful email from someone who said, whenever I've done sock clubs in the past, the yarn would come in the middle of the month. Like if May's yarn comes May 15th, you feel like you're late. So I thought that was such a great comment and I loved it. So the yarn is going to arrive in the middle of the month before. So if you sign up for the sock club, the yarn will come in December for January so that you've got 2 weeks to get it caked up and get your bag together and get it all pulled together. Now, do you need to own the book to do the club? If you want to knit the socks, you either need to own the book, or it's possible that she sells these patterns individually on Ravelry. I don't know actually if she does or not. Probably she does. So you would either want to get the book or you could just buy that pattern. But in the end, this is a lot of I feel like there's 20 patterns. But not only are there so many patterns, but there's also a lot of other stuff at the beginning. Details on sock knitting, if you're new to it, that I think it's worth it. In my humble opinion, you should get, if you want to do the sock club, you should get the book. You could use the yarn for whatever you want. Absolutely. But if you're going to do that, then wouldn't it be better to pick it? I don't know. I think that doing the sock club is going to make the most sense for people who want to do the projects with us. That's going to be really fun. Gosh, I'm so excited about it. And without the burden of having to design stuff, I feel like it has opened a whole new door of creativity for me, that I get to do different things that I wouldn't otherwise have done. Like if I were still designing, I wouldn't have time to do this. So it's good. Okay, I put together a little slideshow of pictures and video, and gosh, I've talked so long, I'm so sorry, of everything we did in Grapevine, and I hope you love it. Have a wonderful week. I hope you enjoy the slideshow, and I will see you next time. Bye, knitters. Welcome to our hotel room with a cute barn door. Sorry, it's hard for me to back up sufficiently. Bathroom, what's in here? I haven't even looked at this yet. Oh, we've got ironing board, hotel safe, thing to put your luggage on. Cool dude. All right. Hi, knitters. We've got lotion. What is this thing? Oh, makeup mirror. Nice. Soap and stuff. My husband just washed his hands, so like we didn't walk in and there's, you know, soap. Is there a hairdryer in here? We literally just got here. Yep, got a hairdryer. Got towels. This is cool. I did see this already. Now, these rooms have all been updated, completely redone in the past year. So everything is super new. We just got here and I was like, okay, we need to take the video before we settle in. It's gigantic. I feel like I'm echoey. We got full on Texas right here, rodeo picture. King size bed. I know you guys saw this on the internet, but it's better in person. Full on, like, cool thing to put your luggage on. TV, we got ice bucket, tea and coffee, and fridge. Place to work, cool view. Everything in this hotel has been recently redone, like super new and fresh. These tennis courts and pickleball courts are all new. Walking trails. All right, that's all for now.